I hope you've been doing excellent. I give me a second. Hey, this is a really good incense too. It's really pretty strong, um, considering. It's like little ropes, and they're usually pretty inexpensive. Every place I've seen these have actually been pretty inexpensive, but they're really they smell very good if you ask me. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, this isn't going to be a long reading. I don't even know if I'm going to do tarot. But I wanted to show you guys this book because I picked up this book. I'm at that bookstore that I like so much. Thunderbolt Spiritual Books over in Santa Monica on Santa Monica Boulevard and like 5th, I think it is. So, The Children's Guide to Astral Projection, which I think is an amazing book. If you I think it's an all age. I feel like it's an all ages book. I mean, because if it's okay for children, it's definitely okay for adults, right? Right. So if you find this somewhere, I recommend you pick it up. It's a good book. I got about halfway through it. I was checking it out for my kids. I got halfway through it and I was like, well, you know what? This is actually really good. So highly recommend that. Okay. I had a bunch of downloads, so that was mostly what I wanted to get on and discuss. Because right now I know that everybody's in this different world. We're in union, we're experiencing different things, lovely things, amazing things. We're learning how to get into our divine feminine and masculine energies a lot more in the way that we've always wanted to with a partner, which I think is excellent for divine feminines. Mostly just kind of learning how to really not be a control freak. Like, you know, to go ahead and you you're not the boss. Yeah. You're the boss, but you're not. Because you're not the boss. I mean, you're boss babe, right? But yeah, you know, everybody knows you're the Nine of Pentacles. We gotcha. We know, you work hard for your money. We know, so hard. We got it. But now it's time to sit in that divine feminine energy. But if you're like me at all, you've been enjoying it because I've really been enjoying it. One of the things that I got to do that I haven't done in a really long time, but I felt like I needed to do it really bad. But like for me, okay, so the waxing game, not like it is what it is, right? You got to do what you got to do. But my favorite place to get waxed, guess where it is? I don't know, it doesn't hurt, but it feels really good and refreshing like every time I ever got it done. so, and I feel like it's useful. It helps me because I feel like I get runny noses during the cold season, and I feel like that helps to eliminate that a lot. So, just what I found that works for me. Anyway, I don't know why this is a bunch of chatter. Okay. Alright, so you're in the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like the energy is excellent. Like everybody's just kind of minding their business. The karmics are really... I don't want to do a reading on them. You guys, their energy is so not good. Let me just read my stuff then. I'll just read the downloads because... It's no bueno. No bueno. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely read these things. Okay, so... if I can read my own writing. If anyone's looking for, so that's the thing with divine masculine and divine feminine. A lot of people were trying to do things, but I think they have gotten the complete understanding. Like if whatever you were trying to do for whatever purpose it is, uh, included needing to have, you know, physical relations with divine masculine or divine feminine, or yeah, it's not gonna. That's not gonna work. They're committed to one another. They can't forget. They can't forget each other. They can't, now that they're in each other's energy and have experienced one another's energy. They can't move away from it. It's impossible. It's utterly impossible, especially knowing the things that they know now too. So that's the other thing. Divine feminine would never leave divine masculine. And so people trying to like portray that divine feminine is like some weak woman who's, I don't know, it just, I don't know, it gives a lot of death. It feels like somebody's trying to, like, I don't even want to say it because it feels stupid to say, to acknowledge it at this point. Okay, oh, that's, okay, so let me just get up these downloads because there was just so much stuff. And I really just feel like people need to know what they need to know. You know, you can go see anybody read some cards, but the downloads are not always the same. So, anyway. Okay. I think some of the issue with whoever the past people were is that the inheritance actually goes with the Empress. So, or the Emperor energy involved in the situation. That's who it goes with. So it's not because that person got married to someone. No, it's the person who it belonged to by bloodline, by birthright, by tradition and status, all those other things. Anyway, it was a collective thing. So anybody who the Empress chose, to the best of my knowledge, anybody who the Emperor chose, to the best of my knowledge, that's who made it. But I believe that the past person, they never, like, I don't know, that person, I don't know. The past, I don't know what happened with all of, because I feel like every past person counts at this point, right? So all the past people? But I guess so, because there's only 144 of us. So if that's the truth, then decidedly so. It'd be much more difficult to find someone that actually meets you on the level that you are, right? Anyway, that can match up with you like that. Anyway. So as long as that person remains loyal and trustworthy and respectful, you'll have what you're supposed to have together. When people step out of those boundaries, just like in all the other marriages too, like you see it play a part, but in reality with certain ones, because it's become such a rarity, especially, these things are valued by the universe, by the divine, by God, by society, because people don't see it anymore. They just don't. You guys, my teeth look white. They look good. I've been using that oil, that coconut pulling oil. I love it. Anyway. Plus I got a new lipstick. I think that's really important. I'm going to do a thing too, I think for my Instagram, my Facebook, about the makeup, because the makeup that you use does make a difference. And not that I've been using like cheap stuff. Like I used, you know, MAC and stuff like that, but MAC, and it was making my face look orange. And I don't have on any makeup now. I have on mascara and lipstick. But it was making my face look orange. And I didn't like that. But I got, who do I have now? It's something Dior. I think that's what it is. I like that. I bought a lot of that. Because the person who did my face, he did a really good job. And I was like, oh, this looks like my face, only like with makeup. Like it's supposed to, not like orange and all weird colored. Anyway, sorry, why am I so chatty? Anywho. Okay, there's other things too that were coming out for business associates, people in the business world. And so I just happened to be going through some, I wasn't going through them, I was getting them together to give to someone who need them, some flashcards for business that I used to do. And this one fell out, and I was like, huh. And I read the back, and it says a pattern and practice suit. So it's a pattern of something, and it involves a practice of something. That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's really easy to paint a picture of how these people are going down for actual crimes, but since they want more color, we'll give it to them. A lawsuit in which unlawful discrimination is proven by evidence of patterns of racial discrimination and the practices of individuals charged with violations. Now, I imagine that with all the different classes of people that we have now, there are multiple types of classes that people can fall into other than just racial discrimination. That can be probably considered a hate crime, right? So they've essentially, basically, the collusion is what's getting people stuck. And that's just literally what's happening at this point. They're stuck. They know they are. Let's see. I've been having that Hercules energy, like a date, can't be late. Something exciting. Anyway, for the collective. Any money that was exchanged with them, they're looking at the frequency of it and the times and the places that they met at. I know a lot of these community members didn't realize, like, they thought they were just having sex with people, like they thought they were just being swingers. They didn't realize they were actually involving themselves in what's it called? They didn't realize they were actually involving themselves in sex magic. But that's not true. They would sit around and talk about the same shit. Who? The collective, right before they go do what they do. Why would that take place? Why is that a part? Why is this systematically and consistently? And I don't even know how I know this. They all wonder how we know this as readers. It's like, because we know. We know. We just don't be caring sometimes. Anywho, let's see. They all fall down. That's what kept hearing. And they all fall down. Activity towards common victim. Oh yeah, they look at the activities that were done together amongst these individuals. Like, they look at the common victim. So it's like, okay, if one coven is coming from this area, and then the other coven is coming from this avenue, and the other is coming from this, because they are going to make these things crimes. This is what's happening now. People are actually going to start being, they're going to have to consider, they're going to have to acknowledge these things, especially because they've been using them for freaking ever. What do you think remote viewing is that they use to catch certain, criminals? I don't know, remember if it was Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein, and like whoever, you all know, like, where there's too much stuff coming out now, right? Anyway, some people don't realize, like, if you did it, you win it. Like, if you did any of the fuck shit, like, if you were involved in that, if you were involved in the talking, if you were involved in the thinking about it, if you were involved in the spreading of the rumor and the, yeah, I heard it too, like, kind of just like going with the okie doke, not saying anything, not saying like, yeah, but I've never known this person, like, that person really didn't come off like that. Like, do you think that maybe, like, no one just decided to maybe take another look? Some people are gonna get so mad, and I so don't care. I hope they get what they deserve. Oh, okay, so yeah. So I'm a hiker. That's my thing. That's my zhuzh. I love hiking. Like, take me hiking. Like, you gotta drive though, because I don't want to drive to hike. Anyway, take me hiking and I'm all yours, right? So I was hiking, and that was my zhuzh, and I did that every day when I lived in Arizona. And I started to get really close with God on those hikes, and that's when my relationship with the church started to disconnect a bit. A bit more, I should say. And So as I'm hiking and doing my thing, I'm starting to get messages from God, and I'm realizing, the first thing I saw, like one of the first things, the animal that I saw was like this huge eagle, and I'm in Arizona, and it was huge. It looked like it was coming to get me. It was gonna come down and take me off somewhere, and I was just like, stunned because I'm at the top of a mountain. Like I'm at the top, like the top where they land helicopters for emergency reasons. There's no like X or anything, but it's very obvious from up top. I've mapped it out before. Anyway, because there is a parcel of land I wanted to buy, which actually backed right up to the mountain. So that, I think it's probably still there. But anyway, because I don't think the market is moving right now out there. Anyway, not like they wanted to. Anywho, so the first animal that I saw was an eagle. And then from there, I started to see more animals and different things, and I would equate certain ones to be on like my own personal totem pole. I felt like I could make my own totem pole, right? It's my idea. I can do whatever I want to. Anyway, and so I started to do that. But one of the things that I did see on the hike was a snake. It's on my Instagram even. One of the things that I did see was a snake. Hold on. Okay, so one of the things that I saw was a snake. And the snake, one of the things I remember, because a lot of us have been dealing with the big snake right now, right? And one of the things that I've been realizing is that on that hike, did I stop? Did I go, oh, there's a snake, I'll just decide to go and do this other route today? No, I literally was like, let me watch show everybody the snake. This is this in my way on my hike. And I waited until it was gone, and I went on my hike. And that's exactly what we do in life. And I guess maybe they didn't realize maybe that God would prepare people in such a fashion that like God would speak to people in ways that they couldn't imagine. But that's how it was before. I don't understand why people don't get that. Like that's the problem. We're so used to being in these boxes. That's not how we were created to really be. We were created to be out there. Things actually used to be a lot better when people used to get together and have barbecues and get together and, drive all of their families and out and meet the beach and say, hey, invite 10 different families that that have children and say, hey, let's all get together on such and such weekend and go out and meet up and, and just plan it. Like whoever can make it, whoever can't. Don't make it a big thing. I don't know. Things have changed now. People don't do things the way they used to. That was one of the disappointments for me when I moved to California, was because I wanted to get back together with all my old friends, from high school and college, and, wherever. And from growing up, it's California. And have dinner parties. I'm one of those people. I did that before when I was, in my 20s, my early 20s. So, but now people don't even get together, and then everybody lives in the boonies. So, anyway, let's see. Oh. Ooh, I think I might have to do a story time for that, because this is talking about like when people put stuff into your drink. So if you've ever felt like you've been drugged, which I know for sure happened to me, because that's a part of the making sure that their black magic works. Like if they can get you drugged, it's just that easy, right? And if you've been drinking, they'll just say, oh, you got drunk and wanted to twirl off into the night. Or some crazy shit, right? True story. And literally leave you with no... I'm gonna have to do a story time for that one. I'm literally gonna have to do a story time for that one. Housekeeping. That's what I like to call it, like cleaning up some shit. The fact of the matter is, anyway. Oh, there's something about people that went on a cruise or something like that, or a yacht. It was bugged. I don't know if it was family members. I don't know if it was friends. I don't know who it was. It was just something about people on a yacht that were, the yacht was bugged. So whoever was there with them, there was somebody on that yacht with them that was a part of making sure that that took place. Don't ask me. Oh, and I feel like for the collective, there are a lot of childhood flunky friends and shit too. I think they don't know that you know who they are. And I'm not talking about like the rare few, and by few, maybe two. Maybe two. You know, the rare few friends that you have, that I'm not talking about those, you know, that know you, that, you know, wouldn't be looking to do anything but just kind of like continue being your friend in whatever capacity that means. Those are rare, right? A little handful maybe for most people. You have a lot of friends. That's suspicious to me. Auspicious maybe even? I don't know. I don't know. I was one of those people, like I was cool with everybody. Whoever, except for the people who didn't want to be cool with me, then we're not cool, I guess. I mean, I guess they're not cool, but I'm still cool. Didn't change me, it changed whatever they had going on with me, which is nothing, because they weren't cool with me, so it didn't really matter. But everybody else was cool with me, and it was always a rare few, and it was like always just like, they never even had a real reason. They just always just wanted to be against me. It was like a few select young ladies who happened to be related to my best friend. It was weird. It was like my best friend's cousins, and I lived in a different neighborhood than my best friend, so I didn't, it was weird because there was like no correlation. It just happened to be a small world, okay? But yeah, and that girl probably still don't like. Her name is Brandy. She's a real skinny girl. Not the other Brandy. If this is some other childhood people I know watching me, not that Brandy. Not, yeah. There's only one other Brandy that we all consider. I still kind of like her. She was a little distant too, though. So, hey, honestly, everybody might be on my shit list. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. If you haven't talked to me recently, we don't talk. Anyway. That's how I feel things should be, right? Because, anyway, let me continue on. Ooh, this is Divine Masculine and Feminine. These are downloads for your sexy stuff that you guys been sending through me. Like, did you hear that knock on the wall? Anyway. Yeah, because for a lot of us, they wanted you to get arrested. What the drugging was for. The drugging was to get you arrested somehow. And that also is a way, if they get you to consume food or something like that, it's called an attachment host. So it's how they control the vessel. So they can control you and enable them to get you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, which is how people are close to you can actually, get you under spells. If they're feeding you, if they're putting stuff in your drink. I think the stuff in the drink, though, like the one that mixes with alcohol, that one actually makes you act adversely. And that's why they use that one to get you arrested. But the other ones that they put in your food, or they could put it in drinks probably too, but it's better in food, is from what I know. It's something, I think it's because it's a root or something like that. But they put it in your food in order, unless it's, bodily fluids. downloads, but they put it in your food in order to keep you, you know, under their spell, to keep you under their spell. Yeah. And so combinations of that can maybe that's a part too. Maybe there's bad combinations. I would imagine so, like, right? Kind of in the scenario of like people doing too much. Anyway. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, I got a download too, and it was wild. So, oh, okay, so, and this is the other thing too. We'll get back to the download that I have about Oakland. Ooh, maybe, because I only got like 5 minutes left. Don't worry, I cleaned my wall with the Mr. Clean, so the smoke comes off. Anyway, I saw it, so I figured I'd say something. Anyway. So, I forgot that download. Wait. Okay, so I'll just do this one then. Okay, so Oakland, California. This is one specifically have to do with like the stuff with Cat Williams or whatever, and then, but it's kind of like more so along the lines of the fact of the knowledge of like their cults and things like that working alongside too. Anyway, in Oakland, California, I'll let the people connect the dots all they need to. Oakland, California, there's 2 churches. One of them, definitely the Love Center, is definitely involved. Definitely involved. I know because I know. Not because I had any affiliation with them. I had a family member who was affiliated with them. Anyway. And then there's another church that is run by someone who now lives in Arizona, I want to say. But they ran a church in the Bay Area. Okay. But those have a lot to do with a lot of different things. And then for anybody that's okay, so, oh, that was what I was going to tell you guys. Okay, so I have another channel where I do celebrity readings. And my thing, someone asked me about doing a reading for someone that had passed away. A famous person, a celebrity. But I don't do those because my thing is I don't know if they've reincarnated. And I don't know if they're in purgatory, right? Or not. So I might be talking to myself or like somebody who decides to interject. I don't know, right? I only speak to those that come to me and have a connection with me. And recently, more people started showing up. And so I was just a bit shocked. Hey, I was a bit shocked because I didn't realize that like letting them know like that was the way of communicating with me or through me, and they did. But it was some pretty big names. It was some pretty big people. And I feel like they have messages. Anyway. All right. I think that's about it, other than these stuff is wild. Who wrote this? I'd be surprised in some of these downloads because it literally just be some stuff. And these are downloads from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine, or Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. I don't know why I'm like rubbing my hands like so I can be hungry looking at the other person. I get the energy too that Divine Masculine would be completely happy with having Divine Feminine around and just asking her to go do stuff and watching her go and do it and then watching her come back and then finding something else for her to go do and then coming back. I don't know. I get this energy of like divine masculine imagines doing it. Like, hey, can you go do this? Hey, go look upstairs. Hey, go over there. Hey, go do this. You know, just to watch you do things. But I also get all of that cuddle energy, like having you laying right there when he asks you to do something. It's like he looks right down and goes, yeah, can you go do this? And you're like, yeah. Anyway. Okay, so are you ready for the time of your life? This is wild because this is written somewhere. I like saw it 3 times anyway, so that's how I know for sure it's a download. Because I saw it once here on the paper and 2 other times. And then there was some song, and the lyrics of the song said like a wildcat alone in his dirty little cage. I forgot what song it even was, but I was listening to the song, so I forgot even. But anyway, it was talking after that about bondage being an art form in a tent somewhere. I don't know what that's all about. Locked in love for days, might have missed calls from Divine Masculine's dad. Okay, just letting you know what the downloads were. No control. You're his baby girl. He loves you and he knows that you're absolutely worthy. He's now grateful for every moment that led him to right now. And Divine Feminine is most assuredly 100% grateful for every moment that is driving me a little nuts right now, but for every moment that led up to now as well. Like super, 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 super grateful. I was trying not to be too late for the live because I said 9 and I've been like days late before. So I was trying not to be late so I didn't like position the candle so it wouldn't burn the wall down. That's all. That's all. Anyway, here's baby girl. I got a lot of dancing energy too. It's fine. I got a lot of dancing energy too. Like a lot of dancing energy. I don't know if you guys are going to take dancing classes together or if Divine Masculine just likes dancing around with you. Definitely Divine Feminine likes dancing in the house, in the kitchen, around the house, in the bathroom, in the mirror. Like I got a lot of like, it's just all the time. There's going to be a lot of sacral energy, but there's also going to be a lot of sacral energy too. It's kind of, ooh, that locked in love keeps coming out on this page too. Energy, just like the body movement energy in the household is going to help create more energy for the couple to use in their day-to-day activities and lifestyle and things that they're manifesting together. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. That was not written here. So that's what the dancing, lots of dancing is about. That's why it's important to have a partner that you really feel you're most comfortable with and most lighthearted. Because as a kid, as babies, that's the first thing they do that like we giggle and laugh about, other than them giggling and laughing and farting. Because baby farts sometimes like their faces. Anyway, but because I remember my son. But anyway. He just looked like a little old man, though. Anyway, he's a cutie. It's true, Spirit said. But that's that body movement, that sacral energy. It really keeps your heart light. And try to listen to the musics. And I mean, this is important, guys. If you're not doing this, because this keeps coming up too in the reading, so it's very important. Don't ignore me. If you do, I mean. I know my life is live. Anyway, sometimes I wake up feeling like I look younger than I did the day before, but anyway. Lots of dancing. playing no games, but role playing is wild with you too. That's exactly what it says. It's like you guys don't play any games. You guys play no games about one another. You don't allow nobody to disrespect you, and you don't allow nobody to disrespect your person. It's almost like you guys might blow off some people when they say something about you, but when they say, if they say something about your person, you're just not gonna let it slide. It's just not an option. Like, I'm here, the eyes are here, the ears are here, like I'm present, not on my watch kind of energy. Which I think is incredibly important to have in a relationship. With all sincerity, that's incredibly important. You gotta be down for your person 100%. And I think people keep getting this whole thing misconstrued. People want to be like, oh, this and this and this. Oh, this and this and this. I saw a couple who got it right, and I was like, oh, good. There are more examples out there. There's this couple where the husband and the wife, the wife cooks dinner every night. They have many children, it looks like. And she has the kids all at the table eating, and then she goes and she brings him his plate. And I think that he says that PUSS is good. You know that is good when she hands him his plate. But I think he does that every time. But she hands him his plate, and that was what they wanted to represent. That's what they wanted to display and show. And I think it's just like a care and consideration to kind of serve your partner, which I believe in 100%. I believe it goes both ways, though. I believe that there's a time and place. You know, there's a give and take. That's why you've got to be able to be in that balance of masculine and feminine energy, in order to be able to really... Because serving your partner, it goes both ways. It's not just one. You know what I mean? It should work both ways. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion, you know. Or whatever works for the couple, right? Because that's also very fluid. Like, not everything works for everybody.